Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We are in Boston, Massachusetts, and we're meeting with a number of companies in the area, primarily in the communications and technology spaces, and we're learning about what they're up to, what's new, what's next, and helping our viewers with the latest news in the market. And on our program right now is Ernesto Caldron. He's a support engineer at Grandstream. Ernesto, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us, and I want to take this opportunity to explain the audience about the new products that we have.
Fantastic. So if I may, I'd like to, just in case there's some people who may not be familiar, could you give us 30 seconds on Grandstream?
Definitely. Grandstream is a company that was founded here in Boston, by the way, in 2002, and we started with VoIP telephony. At that time, we started developing IP phones, then moving to ATAs, and until a year ago, we moved to the surveillance product.
Now, big push for your company is on provisioning, and I was hoping we could talk a little bit about what's happening there.
Sure. Actually, in this month, we're relaunching our redirection service. We call it GAPS, Grandstream Automatic Provisioning Service. We used to have that since the beginning, but this year we see a good opportunity for new resellers and a lot of hosted solution customers that they can now have access to the phones from a web portal, so they can redirect the new devices to their provisioning service. So basically, in order to save time and cost, before you used to have the product on a warehouse or in a reseller warehouse, for example, and then you need to bring the device to your premise, so to do the provisioning configuration, or at least pre-configuration, and then you can deploy it to the field or to the customer. Right now, with this tool, you can just have the reseller send the product directly to the customer, and then you, as a service provider, can utilize our gaps to do redirection, so they can get provision quickly and more efficient, and of course, always have control of the device remotely for other configuration or firmware upgrades that you may know already.
Excellent. Now, I know you've got some new products in your portfolio. I was hoping you could tell us about those as well.
Sure. Before getting to that, I would like to talk a little more back to the provisioning, which is in order to accomplish the provisioning, our product has been strong in different protocols. For example, now we support XML. As you know, Grandstream always supported, and we still support binary files. And now we kind of give a little more opportunity to the customer, so they can customize the configuration files utilizing XML. And for other PBXs, for example, like BrowSoft, if you have, not PBX, sorry, a PBX is like 3CX, you can now have a plug and play option that you just plug in the phone into the network, and from your 3CX interface or console, you can see the devices popping up, and then you can right click on it and start assigning accounts. So this is more for SMBs, or anybody that can have a couple IP phones from Grandstream and a 3CX, they can do that. The nice thing is that this feature can be ported over to other PBXs, asterisk-based, for example. We are working at this moment with free PBX, so eventually they can take advantage of that plug-and-play option. And moreover, our gaps, going back to the automatic provisioning that the customer now have access to, they can. This system is compatible with BrowSoft. So people or service provider that has a BrowSoft, they can auto provision their devices 100% compatible with the platform.
That's great. Now, I know that surveillance is an area that your company has been in for a number of years, IP cameras and the like, and I'm wondering, what's the latest in the surveillance space? What's happening?
This year we launched a lot of new cameras. As you know, Grandstream is it was focused more back in 6-7 years ago in IP telephony only, and probably about a year and a half we start moving into the surveillance. So since then we have included a lot of new products. For example, in the past few months we are introducing a new dome high-def camera, waterproof, IP66 certified, You can do anything that you have in the other portfolio in the surveillance. For example, SD memory card that you can store locally. You can stream out the videos in 2 different frames to a remote location, local or remote.
Frame rates or different frame rates?
Different frame rates, so you can have a better, you can control your bandwidth better in that perspective. So the GXV3662 is the dome camera, high def that I was mentioning. Also, we have a kind of a encoder decoder device that you can reutilize your analog cameras that you have and then move it into the IP network or IP cloud. With these devices, you can just keep using the same cameras with the advantage that you can utilize the device to send, for example, a page. Then you can connect a speaker to it, and then you can, from the VoIP side, make a call to it, and you can page somebody in that location. So in general, Grandstream is very solid for a lot of years in the IP telephony. So we want to take advantage of that good experience into the surveillance. So that's one of the good things of Grandstream, that all the surveillance product is VoIP compatible and is synchronized perfectly with our IP devices that we have already. And last one, in the IP telephony, in the IP phones, we recently launched GXP 1100, which is a very basic, simple phone with all the Grandstream features like high def, same provisioning feature that I mentioned before. But this one is more, we kind of focus on more customers like hotel industry, that you can have a small device like this one for the same price and with Grandstream IP features that we all know that we have.
Excellent. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me.